Morning, everybody. Welcome to the Discourse with Jimi Disu, brought to you by MTN. Okay, so what are we going to do today? I'm going to talk to Nigeria's youngest presenter that I know. I'll talk to her for about 10, 20 minutes thereabout. And then we'll take a break. Then when we come back, we'll look at today's papers because they're quite interesting. I think I'd just like to leaf through them, and so we can make a few comments here and there. So we're in for a rollicking time. Good morning, Valerie. Good morning, sir. Morning, okay. That's her voice. She's the youngest presenter I think that we have in radio now. So don't go away. We'll be right back after this break.
Making a hard worker, he go run to any and every shop just to satisfy customers.
Nah, you get black leather. But check with the good shop now.
But Emeka fit work hard without stress now, and that not to call all the shops with MTN Ifediche until he get what he want.
You get black leather.
All the on ground one. I go send them to your WhatsApp.
Confirm. Oh yeah, send 500 yards to my shop now.
Hey, MTN Ifediche Batago Nobodo to help you make progress. For only 1,000 naira bundle, you go get 3 GB data plus 2,000 naira for all your voice call. For 300 naira bundle, you go get 750 MB data plus 550 naira for all your voice call. Dial *312*12# to subscribe. MTN, what are we doing today?
You're almost there. Just get the diaper from the shelf above the TV.
Okay, I think I got it. Yes.
Are you sure you got it? Maybe I should come home.
Relax, love. It's okay. I fed him. He's smiling. I'm just happy you could stay on the call for this long. I hope I haven't finished your airtime.
Oh, it's fine. I recharged using MTN Awoof for you, and it gave me a whole 6 times airtime bonus, so we can talk as long as we want all day long.
Enjoy Awoof that makes sense with MTN Awoof for you. Dial *888 recharge pin hash for 6 times the bonus on your next recharge. You can also use the Momo or the My MTN NG app to recharge. Terms and conditions apply. What are we doing today?
Yes, so we come back to the Discourse with Jimi Disu, brought to you by MTN. And like I said that at my introduction, I'd like to present to you, I think, Nigeria's youngest radio presenter, as in that she presents her own program. By the way, I hope you know that we have a dedicated station for kids. It's called Kids FM, am I right? Sorry? 101.7 Kids FM. Yes, our kids, we have Kids FM. So, let your children tune. And even adults, you have something to learn. She's 11, Valerie Yabo. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, sir.
You're fine, thank you. You're the youngest presenter, I think. How old are you?
I'm 11.
You're 11. But yeah.
Ofure.
You're surprised. Ironically, the way things work, don't sit down at home and relax. We'll soon come to politics later. The way things work, it turns out that I have a relationship with her on 2 sides of her family. Okay, so I have a very strong relationship with the Yamabo family, dating back to when I was in university. Indeed, you will remember my good son, the Prince of Ife. His mom was a Miss Yamabo. It was a product of my actions minus me doing the real thing. I always tease him about that. And the Yamabo family treated me so well way back then, and till date, I consider them part of my family. But the flip side of things, the way they work, is that on her mother's side, her granddad is the late Dr. Vaughan. Greetings, all of you who are Yoruba tennis club people will know, Lagos people will know Dr. Vaughan from the Taiwolo family. I think he was their secretary. Did you meet your granddad?
Yes.
You did. You miss him, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so how did you become a presenter? How did you come? First of all, you present your own program.
Yes.
Do you provide your own content? You decide what you're going to talk about.
Yes, sometimes I decide.
Yes.
Yeah. So
But
I'll
with
talk
a
about
little
it.
help from. So what's your program called?
It's called My Body is Changing.
My Body is Changing.
So I take that segment.
So what do you talk about? Talk to me.
So we talk about how children become teens to young
Really?
adults to a full adult. So you can't only you can talk emotionally because we're talking about emotions, exercise. So we don't really you can't say that, like, you need to talk about our feelings too, because when we're children we need to talk about our feelings to grow.
Okay, so what you do is, let me help you a bit, okay? That's what Big Daddy is here for, to help you along the way. I give you a lot of credit, though. And I'm sure if you are presenting your own program, it will be smoother. Because you told me when you were coming that you were scared. And what you told me was, Grandpa, too many people listen to you. I want as many as the people who listen to me to listen to you. Okay, we are going to make a superstar out of you. Even though you told me that when you grow up, you want to be a lawyer. So why are you doing this one now?
It's for fun.
Who got you into it?
My mom.
Did you tell your mom you wanted to be on radio, or what happened?
No, because I always liked public speaking. So when I found out that there was a radio station for
Yeah.
kids, I knew it was meant for me. So I just told my mom.
And
So
she
I
came
think-
here.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, she called someone. The person gave
Mhm.
my mom the number. So they said I can be a co-host for the day. When I was now in the car going home, they told my mom that they want me to come every Saturday.
Every Saturday. So you're here, you're on the Kids FM 10 to 11.
Yes.
10 to 11 now. Do you get, what kind of response, do you get response from people? Do people say they know you, they hear what you say, and so on and so forth?
Not that people don't say they know me,
But you know that they know you.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Okay, so how long is your program for? 30 minutes?
1 hour.
1 hour. And you talk about your body is changing.
Yes.
But your body doesn't change every week, does it?
No.
No. So what do you then talk about? Or you bring other people also to talk about what is changing in your body?
No, not necessarily your body is changing. You can talk about also emotions. It's
Emotion.
not. You can talk about, because this summer holiday,
Yes.
most children are going to be in the houses.
Yes.
They're going to be
The
indoors.
vacation, yes.
So now I talked about last week that you have to exercise, go outside, outdoor play, because as children we need movement for our development to get vitamin D. So
Wow. What does vitamin D do?
it helps with your sunlight, and it can also help with your legs.
Really?
Yes.
What about vitamin C?
Vitamin C, it's in fruits.
So do you need vitamin C?
Yes, you also need vitamin C in eating healthy foods. If you have sores in your mouth, that's where vitamin C comes in.
Or sometimes even in your leg you have
Yes.
sores. It helps to heal. Is there any vitamin X?
Huh?
Is there any vitamin X?
There's
There's none. I'm kidding you. I think the vitamins you have, I better be careful now. I know there's vitamin, there's A, there is B,
D.
there is C, there is D, there is E. I haven't heard of vitamin F. Have you heard of vitamin F?
No.
No, okay. All right. So what class are you in?
I just finished primary school. I'm going to secondary school
Which
this
school are you
September.
going?
The Lagoon School.
Lagoon School. That's a very good school. That's a very good school. I hope I'm not advertising the school, but Lagoon. I remember Lagoon. Even when I was growing up, I remember Lagoon then. I'm telling you the history of your school was a secretarial school in the days when you had secretaries. Do you know what a secretary is?
Somebody does like an accountant, something like that.
No. A secretary is somebody who organizes the boss. But you don't call them secretaries anymore. You call them PAs.
Oh.
Yeah, you know when you have a personal
assistants.
assistant, yes. Before they were secretaries, they did all your typing, they managed your appointments, and so on and so forth. So you want to be a lawyer when you grow up?
Yeah.
Is there any lawyer that you know that's encouraged you?
Yes.
Who?
Tobechiko Gikwe.
Really?
Yes.
Do you know him?
Yes.
Why has he encouraged you? What have you seen
'Cause
him in the court?
He's a son, senior advocate of Nigeria, and he came to my school and he was telling us about how sons that it took 21 years before he became a son.
Yes.
And also sons are like lawyers are very lenient because in anything you have to have law in it.
Well, I don't know if the word he used was lenient. I don't think so. I don't think he meant lenient. Maybe he used it in passing. But what he meant was that you would always need lawyers to survive, you know. And unfortunately, most adults don't know that. Some things just call your lawyer. I get people sending me messages all the time. Uncle Jimmy, my landlord threw me out. Uncle Jimmy this and Uncle Jimmy. I said, go get a lawyer. So you want to be a lawyer. When you become a lawyer, do you want to become a judge? So that
Yes.
I could see you not there so that you can jail all the people who steal our money.
Yes.
Abby?
And then
Tell me why you want to become a judge.
because I want to be between good and evil because justice is blind. Doesn't matter if I got
Really? It doesn't wear glasses? You
Doesn't
can't
matter.
do an operation for justice to remove the scale from the eyes?
It doesn't matter if you're a girl or you're a boy. As long
Yes.
as you did something terrible, you deserve a punishment.
Deserve punishment. What kind of things do you think people do these days that deserve punishment? Tell me.
They do fraudulent things,
Yes.
steal, murder,
Yes.
like different things that are very bad.
Is there any difference in stealing? You know, some people will steal pencil, but some will steal government money. Is there any difference? It's only, not only. It's still,
Yes.
how do you say? How do you say thief in Asian? What do you say? You don't speak your language. Oh, you form my hand. Oh, you form my hand. You don't speak your language. Can you cook Emma? Do you know what Emma is? Emma. You don't know Emma?
I don't
know. You be Lagos babe. You be Lagos babe. Well, your mom is a Lagosian, so but you know how to cook fish soup. You can cook. Don't fall my hand.
I can cook, but I can cook.
Don't disgrace me.
But I can cook.
What can you cook?
I can cook. One time I cooked okra before. I cooked okra. I can cook stew.
Have you this Lagos babe, Taiwo Lowo family? Have you heard of Obeimoyo before? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take you from your mom one day and take you to, who will I take you to? I'll take you to your big grandma, Mrs. Ekpega.
I know her.
You know Mrs. Ekpega? I'll take you, go and live with Mrs. Ekpega for 1 week so that we can teach you all the Lagos things. Are you a Lagosian or you're from Edo?
Half an hour.
Okay, which half do you want? Let's clear that one now.
I can't really choose.
You can't really choose.
Because I want to see more of my Edo side. But I know more of my Lagos side. Yeah.
You want to see more of your Edo side. Okay, that's good. So I need to leave you to go and prepare for your program. It's been nice talking to you. Okay. I just thought that I should introduce you to my listeners so that they can tune to you at 10 o'clock. What's the name of your Kids FM
101.7.
101.7.
1.7.
So this is Valerie Yabo. She's a presenter in Kids 101.7. It's a station from our park here, you know, specially designed for kids. So the content is nice and clean. We won't be talking. You don't talk government politics and things like that.
No.
You don't talk about politicians. All this.
No.
No, you don't.
Talk about emotions.
You talk about emotions.
Emotions.
So you talk about kids' emotions. Thank you very much, Valerie.
You're
Let me let you go get to work.
Okay.
One day, Valerie is going to join me to present it. We'll do a joint program one of these days. We'll either do it here or we'll do it at Kids FM, or we will start from here. We'll take a short break and continue at Kids FM. Okay?
Okay.
All right. We'll take a short break and then I'll be right back.
All right.
Okay, so you're welcome back to the Discourse with Jimi Disu, brought to you by MTN. It was nice talking to Josephine, especially I remembered her granddad, Dr. Vaughan, and of course of the Vaughan Richards family. You all know the story about the School of Nursing that the Lagos State government, in their own wisdom, shut down on Awolowo Road. I think Mrs. Vaughan, that is, would be her own maternal grand aunt, was the one who donated the land or something like that. And I heard that it was her husband, apparently, who as an architect, designed the School of Nursing. We fought so much that the School of Nursing shouldn't be taken from there. When I asked Mr. Alhaji Lai Mohammed on the program why it was being moved, he talked about economic considerations. That was the answer he gave me then. We fought all through Ambode's time and woke up one day, the school had been evacuated, the school had been completely demolished, and Ambode had said that, they were going to build a medical park. And I told him then, and I still repeat now, that we are people who are enlightened. You don't build a medical park in the middle of the city. You build a medical park in a remote area. That's why it's called medical park. So on a very wide expanse, not the expanse at the School of Nursing. They've demolished it now, and now it's used for political activities. I mean, that's the kind of thing that, you know. And of course, there was a rumor that some Top Gun wanted to convert it to build a hotel. In fact, wanted to convert the place into a hotel. And I said, Mrs. Vaughan Richards knows, even if she didn't know how to build an hotel at that time, she could have called those who brought in the Eco Hotel way back then, in the times of Mobolaji Johnson, to build an annex there. It's some of the tragedies that we face, and God will just help us all, in all honesty. Talking to her just brings back that memory of the fight that we put up for the School of Nursing. And every time I drive past that place, I turn my eyes to Creek Hospital so that I don't shed ordinary tears. You know, you took the school. When the School of Nursing at that time, when it was designed there with Mrs. Vaughan, I think she donated the land. It was because it was close to General Hospital, Island Maternity, Creek Hospital. It was then called Creek Hospital. There was proximity, and you would find, and the Mercy Children's Hospital, and you would find the nurses going for practicals, you know, in these four places: a maternity hospital, a general hospital, a specialist hospital, and a children's hospital. You demolished it and sent everybody to Igondo. I mean, you know, and that's where we are today. And so it's sad. It's a sad state of affairs. Only God will help us in this country. It's only God we can call on to help us, because some of these things is far beyond human comprehension. It's as if sometimes there's a destructive wind in the country, as if there is a wind that just wants to knock everybody. Look at the level of poverty. You go and buy food in some places, you can't even pick the piece of meat with a fork. You have to go and look for a toothpick to pick it. You know, it's so sad. Anyway, I just said this morning, because we have a sensitive week ahead, let's browse through the papers and see what it has. How many minutes do I have? 13, okay. Okay, so this day leads with the story here. Planned hardship protests lose momentum as more groups withdraw. 94 Southwest groups. I don't know where they got these groups from. Enugu Youth, CSOs, opt out. Okay? When you say people withdraw, were they part of the planning before? We don't even know those who are planning. So withdraw might not be a best thing to say. Just say they are not interested. And as a matter of right, some people might not be interested. But I don't think it doesn't matter to me. Those who are interested and those who are not, it doesn't matter. But again, it would be nice if we know the organizers. We don't even know them. So how do we legitimize this statement that 94 Southwest groups have withdrawn? Who are these 94 Southwest groups? My job is to teach you how to ask questions, okay, and give you my own thinking. I'd like to know these 94 Southwest groups and how relevant they are. Also, the paper reports that the police IG has said people should submit their names and addresses to the police. I don't know how that works out, but I'll just skip it. And the IG says that foreign mercenaries are involved. Foreign mercenaries have been involved. They're involved even in governance. You can see the hands of the Western world in a lot of the things. This World Bank, IMF institutions. They are also involved. They are involved in getting us to the mess where we are today. We take their policies hook, line, and sinker. I mean, so that's, again, for me. It also says that Shetima, Lokobiri, Kennedy, Odumede, Tompolo, others call for calm. Okay. Adeborua writes IGP, request police coverage. Okay. But Adeborua says that he's going to, apparently he says he needs police coverage and that he wants to take part, apparently. And TIB Adamant seek FCT's approval to use Eagle Square. So there's a lot of politicking going back and forth, you know. And The Guardian has a story here that says that Tompolo implores Nigerians to shelve proposed nationwide protests. But we know Tompolo's history. I'll just leave it at that. And there's another one here that you want to listen to, Oga. This one. Why new babies' access to exclusive breastfeeding remains poor? People don't know the significance of breastfeeding. They think that breastfeeding is just to feed the child, and provide some kind of playground for the dad and so on. It's more than that. Part of the problem we have, and it's some kind of symbolism, how many of our leaders were actually breastfed? Because the thinking is that the act of breastfeeding puts human feeling into the child.
Very correct.
Are you an expert on breastfeeding?
I learned now.
You learned.
Went to school.
I was watching.
Because I said very
I was watching. But let me go. The act of breastfeeding a child is to put that human element. Some of our leaders don't have it. And it's not a surprise that for some of them, you can't even determine who their real parents are. Because this act of breastfeeding is to impute the element of human kindness in a child whilst growing up. It's called bonding. It's not the big one that you big boys go, that's not what we're talking about. But the expert here says. So that's the story that you have there. And so Tompolo says that you shouldn't do that. There's a very interesting story here, Dangote, in the Weekend Trust. Beautiful full-page story. And it's called Dangote, the Untold Story. Okay? Dangote, the Untold Story. It gives you a full whatever. Now, the Nation talks about local government autonomy chairman councillors who embezzle funds risk jail. What about those who are upper? That's the Attorney General. It should also remind that anybody who tampers with public funds, no matter how high up, risks jail. I'd like the Attorney General to stress that. And he says that the Attorney General says that the federal government is committed to eliminating corruption. I don't have any comments on that. Stop making me laugh. I'm not laughing at the paper. Stop making me laugh. It says they are committed to. Oh my God. Okay, so the IGP says that foreign mercenaries are involved in the planned process. Has he arrested them? Because mercenaries are soldiers. And it's in the Nation. So the IG should probably need to brief us further to educate us on who these foreign mercenaries are. Are they coming in to fight? Who recruited them? By now he should know, if he knows for sure that he should give us details. It will be quite interesting to know. Maybe if we know the full details, we might then think otherwise. Some people might think otherwise about supporting the protest. Okay. And Shetima says, this isn't the time to protest, but solve problems. Part of solving the problems is to highlight the pain that people are going through so that our leaders will understand, because it doesn't appear that they understand. It doesn't appear. I'm talking of legitimate protests. I'm not talking of riot. They are two different things. They are two different things. And also, I'd like people to know that there are various manners in which people can protest, even sometimes without leaving your neighborhood. Not necessarily if you gather on the streets, even though it's one of them. The various ways that people can protest is for them to know. It's for the people to know that we are not happy. Okay? People are not happy and are suffering. It also, the story says that traditional rulers come, others ask organizers to pursue dialogue. They're part of the problem anyway. A lot of our traditional rulers and religious leaders have bound us to the Philistines. They are fat, we are thin. They drive the most exotic cars. We can't even afford public transport. It's there. So don't let's see what they serve themselves at parties. Go to the social media. Go and see traditional rulers with big chains and this and that and the food and whatever, and see how people find it difficult to eat one square meal. Tompolo, protests will cause more harm than good. More states, CSOs, youth groups back out of action. When you say people back out, did they ever tell you they were participating? Or is it just an English problem? Or is it a problem or is it a problem of propaganda? We need to ask ourselves those questions. Is it when you say, these youths are backed out? Is it that they said 2 weeks ago that they were going to be part of it? Of course not. So I think that word is deliberate. And of course, you don't expect the government to sit back and say nothing. These are part of the things that you'll be reading in the papers. On a brighter side, though, there's now you can look at this one. Open your eyes. This is one of the prettiest actresses I've seen, Adunia Ade, and she's saying that my battles with rejection. It's one of the prettiest actresses I've seen.
It will make for a good read because, like you said, she's a very pretty actress. And
fine.
why would somebody reject somebody like that?
Well, I think. Are you available? If other people are rejected, the thing is, I'd like to be a good Samaritan, to offer myself at times like this. And if making myself available will make life better for the actress, I can volunteer. I can donate myself. The way you donate your kidney, I can donate my heart. Okay, so Saturday Punch and hardship protest organizers, dear federal government, insist on August rallies. Okay, nobody in the world can stop us, says Northern Group. The IG claims foreign infiltration. Use accused DSS of freezing accounts. Share your demonstration. Tatila boss Tompolo begs organizers. Oh, at last. So somebody is listening somewhere. I suggested it so long ago. And thank you, Lagos, for this. Lagos bans overnight sleeping at construction sites after 5 die in building collapse. I've always said that we need to regulate construction. By 6 o'clock, everybody should pack their things and go home. Everybody on the construction site should wear a reflective jacket with the name of the construction company written bolding on it and a number on it so that you can identify people. Because what you have, especially in the elitist areas, you have too many people. If you go to Oniru, Victoria Land, Ikoyi, we don't know if they're Nigerians. We don't know their state of origin. We don't know their names. Nothing. You just have them scattered all over the place. And that is an army in waiting. That is an army in waiting. If there was ever going to be any compromise, for example, of any peaceful demonstration, those are the people that you need to be careful of, that could jolly well rise and cause mayhem. Of course, for their own considerations. So I'm glad that this has happened. I also think that the government, should make a sweep of certain areas. There are too many unidentifiable people in our midst. If you don't believe me, come 6 o'clock in the morning to a popular nightclub on the Zumba Badiwe here. They're back in operations, and see the hordes of people, unidentifiable, that you will see milling around. These are armies in waiting. But that's another story for another day. And so we now have Vanguard, all subsidy mafia fighting Dangote. How Buhari's men stopped investigation of billion-dollar fraud case. Obla has been at it for quite a while. He did some stories on Shehu Okebaloye. Everybody is pretending not to hear all the accusations that he has made. But they are mind-boggling. And if you hear what Obla has to say, and you juxtapose it, or you put it side by side with what the Attorney General is saying here, that local government autonomy chairman, councillors who embezzle risk jail, he lets him contact Obla. His hands will be full. And he says that the federal government is is determined to eliminate corruption. All right. Stop plant protests. JNI, CAN, PANDEF, MOSOP, Abdul Razak, Enugu use others beg Nigerians and say protest is not the solution to problems. There's a story here. It says that we are not for protests. Our businesses will be targeted. It was in Lagos. Now they appreciate it. Tinubu making efforts to change things, says Tompolo. A very interesting story here that take you off the radar completely. Why we may stop British Airways from landing in Lagos. That's the story that you have here. So essentially that's what you have. I think, can I take a break now? And when I come back, I'll open up our lines 0201 277 0993 and the female line 0201 277 0993. How much time do I have? 30 seconds. Let me get off. I'll take a short break and we'll be right back.
Emeka na hard worker. He go run to any and every shop just to satisfy him customers.
Nah, you get black leather. But to check Odugu shop now.
But Emeka fit work hard without stress now. And that na to call all the shops with MTN Ifediche until he get what he want.
Odugu, you get black leather.
All the on ground one. I go send them to your WhatsApp.
Confirm. Oh yeah, send 500 yards to my shop now.
Hey, MTN Ifediche Batago Nobodo to help you make progress. For only 1,000 naira bundle, you go get 3 GB data plus 2,000 naira for all your voice call. For 300 naira bundle, you go get 750 MB data plus 550 naira for all your voice call. Dial *312*12# to subscribe. MTN, what are we doing today?
You're almost there. Just get the diaper from the shelf above the TV.
Okay, I think I got it. Yes.
Are you sure you got it? Maybe I should come home.
Relax, love. It's okay. I fed him. He's smiling. I'm just happy you could stay on the call for this long. I hope I haven't finished your airtime.
Oh, it's fine. I recharged using MTN Awoof for you, and it gave me a whole 6 times airtime bonus, so we can talk as long as we want all day long.
Enjoy a woof that makes sense with MTN Awoof for you. Dial *888 recharge pin hash for 6 times the bonus on your next recharge. You can also use the Momo or the My MTN NG app to recharge. Terms and conditions apply. What are we doing today?
All right, so you're welcome back to the Discourse with Jimi Disu, brought to you by MTN. And so what we will open up our lines now. Let's all make your point, but let's be a bit careful, okay? At least, okay, so let me put it bluntly. Don't let's fall into a trap. Don't let us live to fight another day. So let us express. One day I'm going to do a session, maybe about 2 programs, for us to rub ideas on how to do public speaking and mean the things that you don't say and say the things that you don't mean. Okay, but use of language is quite important. So, but let's all just be very careful. And please, when you call in, sometimes pleasantries can be nice if you are familiar with the host and the mood of the discussion allows that. Otherwise, it's good for you to just mention your name and go straight to your point, because your 1 minute counts from the moment you pick that call. Okay? So we'll take our first caller for today. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Uncle
Morning,
Jimmy.
sir. Morning, sir.
Yeah, my name is Apurisku.
Yes, sir.
Well, if 94 is withdrawing, I believe 200 or more is joining. But that's not what I want to speak. Protest or no protest. What we are demanding, or what I demand, is good governance.
Yes.
People are passing on total hardship. Even some families cannot boast of 2 square meals as we are talking. So the message had already been passed, honestly. Apart from moving to protest, the message had been passed already.
Yes.
But for all these organizations calling for, have patience, this, that, till when? Till the tenure of this administration is over. We have been patient for over a year and still nothing meaningful has been done.
Yes.
Let this government sit up and give people dividends of democracy. That's what we are clamoring for, and nothing more. Thank you, and God bless you.
Okay, sir. Sometimes I'm tempted to say that if only you listen to me and some of us who are trying to show you what lay ahead by the decision that you made. Honestly, it's a sad one. Some of us saw it coming from the onset. And we made so much noise, but we were vilified, we were abused by certain persons. What didn't we go through? Now it's biting everybody. Even my friends who are in the ruling party is biting because, of course, when the dividends in quote comes, it doesn't come to everybody. When appointments started, was it not to friends and cousins? When appointments started, the place is full of friends and associates. And so I hope we will learn our lesson this time around. And next time we want to make decisions about who will lead us, our eyes go open well. We saw it, some of us saw it coming. And we are taken unawares because I never knew in the wildest of my imagination that it would be this bad. That it will be this bad. But also then, because nobody, to be honest, nobody has said, to my mind, I've never seen anyone who says he wants to go and riot. What you hear are people who want to demonstrate to make their feelings known. Unfortunately, we don't know if it can be kept like that because also governance is very funny. If you understand the game of governance, and if you understand the interests in governance, the various interests in governance and what they are capable of doing, you'll be shocked. So let's all be on our guard. One thing we can do is to make sure that wherever we are within our control, we make sure there is no violence of any sort. It is very, very important to make sure that anywhere in your neighborhood or whatever, there is no violence of any sort. But I think day by day, minute by minute, Nigerians will begin to learn certain lessons. May God bless Nigeria. Let's take another one. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Uncle Jimmy.
Morning.
Yeah, Peter Mansell from Shomolu.
Yes.
Yeah, Uncle Jimmy, do you know that somebody who does not love you will not want you to go into the same business that is doing when business is so profitable?
Yes.
It takes someone who loves you to introduce a profitable business to you.
Yes.
You know, the people that are in government today, they know how profitable protests are. They know that it was through protest we got democracy that we are playing today. And they know it was through protest that Jonathan was demarcated. So they know the profit, the gains of protest. That's why they are trying to stop it. They don't want other people to benefit from protest. But for me, if the Constitution has guaranteed that right, nobody should try to tell you don't do it. Then you want to violate Constitution. If you discourage the people from practicing what Constitution has allowed, I don't understand. I think they are not good managers of the people. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. In reaction to your comments, I agree with you 100%. But as far as I'm concerned, I think the people have succeeded. There's the attention you have gotten so far, even before the protest, has made it 100% success. There's nobody now that will pretend that they don't know that, the average Nigerian is going through a lot. Even the buzz and the noise and the meetings, traditional rulers, everybody running up and down, IG, DSS bringing report, all these things, that sensitivity enough in itself, it has made the whole thing a success. You get my analogy. It's made it a success. The awareness there now. And I hope the government will learn a lot from this. There is enough for them to learn from. Everybody seems to be pointing at the Kenyan experience, which I will say can be prevented. What is called maturity is as you grow up, you learn from things that occur to you and other people. So before it goes the way of that, because there is still enough time to prevent that anyway, why don't those who are governing us learn from this, quickly put in place some things to appease the people? Rather than have these stories, as far as I'm concerned, in the papers, 200 people withdraw. If my neighbor withdraws, that's his business, not mine. And you can only withdraw if you had said publicly that you were participating. I don't know whether it's a matter of politics or semantics. 9:43, I'll take another call. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Morning, sir.
Uncle Judy.
Morning.
Yes. It's interesting speaking with you today.
Thank you.
I want to make a point, and the point is this. You see, many Nigerians who, for us as a people, the difficulties we experience in this country has always been known to Nigerians as far back as, if I know very well, 1960. The leaders know, and they know very well. All these calling traditional rulers is just a way to douse the tension that already exists. It's so sad that even if anything is not done, and even if something is done, our leaders will not change. It's just so sad. That's where we found ourselves as a people. Very painful, but that's where we are. Until Nigerians themselves decide to do something drastic, maybe at the polls in 2027, then our leaders will actually understand that Nigerians actually desire a better society. Thank you. You're doing a great job.
Thank you. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Uncle Jimmy.
Morning.
This is Oboli calling from Ikorodu.
Yes, this is Oboli.
Uncle Jimmy, you say you are vilified. Uncle Jimmy, every time I come on the Twitter space and I see the kind of hate people spew at you for speaking truth to power, I am appalled. Like, what exactly? See, Uncle Jimmy, may we not be weapon fashioned against ourselves? Because Uncle Jimmy, I look at it, I'm saying, this man, a lone voice in the wilderness, with many other people, they are not even biased. They are coming to liberate you from your shackles, and the only thing you can do, some people even insult your parents, Uncle Jimmy, and I'm like, God, what is this? See, look at the small girl that spoke with you, the 13-year-old girl yesterday, Uncle Jimmy. Look at the bright mind. Look at what she said. Before she called on your show, she spoke on Kofi Batel's show. She said, the poison we were given, we are trying to protest and look for how to solve it. Looking for a portion that would ease the pain. And people are coming to say we should not protest. Should we die with that poison that we were given? That young girl is a bright mind. And look at what she said in your own program or your show. You were fulfilled when she spoke with you yesterday. You wanted her to even be on your show today. Uncle Jimmy, The generation they are raising now, oh my bad, who wants to listen should listen. History will forever be kind to the likes of you for speaking truth to power. Ọba tí ìlú bàjẹ́ ní orí ẹ̀ ó lórúkọ. Èyí tí ìlú dẹ̀ tòrò ní orí ẹ̀ òun náà lórúkọ. May God keep you and keep the generation unborn. Thank you so much. God bless you, sir.
Thank you very much. Another caller here. Good morning.
Good morning, Uncle Jimmy.
Morning.
Good morning, sir.
Are you using a speakerphone? I'm getting an echo. Pick another call, please. Please, when you call, put the phone to your ear, and because we get an echo, we get some kind of feedback. So it makes apparently what you're going to say will not be that clear. Let's pick another call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Uncle Jimmy.
Morning, sir.
My name is Ken. I'm calling from Agbado.
Yes.
Yeah, I am in support of the protest, but not violence.
Yes.
Because it is in the Constitution that we should protest when we are not happy. In fact, these days I don't go out because from my house to Agbado alone, I pay 500 naira going and coming back. That is 1,000 naira.
Mm-hmm.
Before I want to enter Lagos and go to some place and come back, I can't feed well because the transport alone has taken everything. So if the president knows exactly what to do, where I live, I don't even see policemen. I don't even see the Oba or the Bale doing anything to help us. So that's why every time we always, even my council, I don't even know. The local government chairman, I don't know. But they will only say we have local government or whatever. From my place to Ifo, I have to spend, if I want to go there and come back to see even my local government chairman there, it means I will spend not less than 3,000 naira. So the government is not close to the people.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let me stress that I haven't seen anywhere that there's been any inkling that people have said they want to gather together for violence. I haven't seen. Rather, I think the rhetoric is that, and to be fair, what the government is probably saying or attempting to say is that, look, even if you gather peacefully, it is possible that it could be infiltrated by, of course, ruffians and so on and so forth. More so in these current times where there is hunger. And that, and it's a legitimate worry. Because the truth is, if you don't know, you better know now. The truth is that it's people like you and I that will be affected if that happens. Not even the people in government. There is a senator that was making a plea on in the social media last night. He's somewhere in the countryside in Europe. In big VIP. Just I think it was one nice garden somewhere in Europe. And he was saying, I want to plead with the Nigerian youth. So, Baba, come and talk here. What he meant, like Sheriff would say, what he ja. So, nobody advocates violence. Why would you advocate violence? It doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't. Nobody advocates violence. But the thinking is that and it's a genuine worry, both by the authorities and by all of us, that, look, we should all ensure that this thing doesn't turn violent. Otherwise, if it turns violent, it's in our neighborhoods. Is it going to turn is it going to turn violent in front of us or That's so. So I think that's the general worry. And another thing now is that it also, it set me thinking when reading through the news, seeing one or two people advising people not to exercise their right by being vocal about issues that concern them when they themselves were beneficiaries of things like this, even in 10 times worse manner. See, you get. You know what I'm talking about. That's what I mean by not saying what They were beneficiaries. We know what they did and where it's gotten them. And everybody wants a better life. Everybody wants a better life. And a lot of us are determined to have that legitimately. We don't want to go and steal or do anything. Legitimately, we all demand a better life. 9:51, I think I got to go. On Tuesday, I'm going to have Mr. Akinsoya of Telfund to give us the latest development about what is going on with this students' fund. It will be a nice opportunity for him to come and talk on behalf of government, how much they've been able to disburse to students, in what manner, and so on and so forth. And because I've always said that I'm a self-appointed ambassador for Telfund. I want to make sure that every student, every young person who is entitled to that fund has access to it. And I want to push many people. You can be struggling on one side, but you need to think of your future on the other side. You get what I'm saying? So it's not, if it's there, it's there. It's not the president's money. It's our money, it's your money. And it's a loan you're going to pay back. Abi, you're going to pay back, it's a loan. That's how a lot of us went through school. In our time, you have bursary, you have students' loan. Okay? And so now that the opportunity has come, I've appointed myself an ambassador for that thing to make sure that whilst we are fighting for our freedom on one hand, little things like this that can make our lives better individually, we will highlight them. So on Tuesday, I think Mr. Akinsoya has promised to make himself available. I'd like to thank my guy here, who is the one, if you remember, in the course of our stories, who seems to be an expert on child development. Okay, enjoy the rest of the weekend. The Olympics are on. So there's enough to entertain you this weekend and just be at peace with your neighbor. I'll be back here on Tuesday, 7:30 in the morning with my good man Sheriff, and 9 o'clock at the Daily Digest. Until then, enjoy yourselves, okay? I'll see you on Tuesday. Bye.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info.